Hello everyone, I'm Courtney Lau, and today we're talking with co-head coach of the Lady Vols softball team, Karen Weekly. Coach, you have a lot of new faces coming in this year. What will they bring to the table?
Well, the freshman class brings a lot of talent and a lot of enthusiasm, but you're right, we are going to be very young. We'll start between 4 and 5 freshmen on any given day, and they need to grow up quick and get some experience pretty fast.
Have you seen a couple of freshmen that have really stood out to you?
Well, yeah, all of them have in different ways. Jessica Spigner's going to play third, and she's a tremendous hitter. Ashley Andrews will play shortstop for us. Excellent fielder. We've turned her around to the left side, so that's going to be new for her this year. Kat Hosfield's a pitcher that we're counting on pretty heavily. So, and Dee Dee Fryer is a big-time hitter. I think she'll hit some of the hardest balls anyone will ever see hit in our stadium. And then Shelby Burchell is another great hitter and catcher. They all have a lot of positive attributes, but they're very young.
Looking at this year's schedule, it's one of the tougher ones that you face. Talk about that.
Well, we try to model that after Pat Summitt. We always want to play a tough schedule because to be the best, you've got to go out and beat the best. And there's no better way to prepare these kids for the postseason and what hopefully will be a run to the World Series than to go out and play great competition.
Injury-wise, as you head into your first game next week, how is the team?
Everybody's healthy right now, and that's going to be a real key for us because we have one of the smaller squads we've ever had. We are only carrying 16 this year. So we don't have a lot of depth in numbers, and we really need to stay healthy.
Evaluate your off-season. Where do you think your team is right now?
I think this could be one of the better teams we've had offensively in terms of our depth. I think we're stronger in the bottom of the order than we may have been in the past. So 1 through 9, I think everybody brings a threat to the plate. I think our defense is very solid, and we have great talent in the circle, and it's just a matter of does that talent mature and reach its potential earlier rather than later.
Next week, you'll take your first trip to Utah to compete in the BYU Res Desert Classic. What do you expect to see from your team and the competition?
Well, that's going to be a very competitive tournament. Washington is one of the teams there. We'll be playing them early. They return a lot of players, plus 2 who they didn't have last year, one due to injury and one because she was the pitcher on the Canadian Olympic team. And those 2 were All-Americans 2 years ago. So they're going to be very strong. BYU always puts a great team on the field. So from the first game on, we're going to be playing tough competition.
Well, best of luck to Coach Weekly and the rest of the Lady Vols as they travel to Utah on February 5th to compete in the BYU Red Desert Classic.